It's no longer news that Lake Mead is drying up. Lake Mead's dramatically decreased water level has brought concerns about climate change, water consumption, and drought conditions in the southwest. But why exactly is this beautiful body of water drying up? Lake Mead is a reservoir created by the Hoover Dam. The lake lies barely 25 miles from Las Vegas, Nevada, and extends a maximum of 10 miles wide in some sections. Lake Mead has a surface area of 229 square miles, making it one of the largest man-made lakes on the planet. This lake is significant because it provides drinking water and irrigation to tens of millions of people in the surrounding areas. For decades, people have enjoyed the beauty and activities of Lake Mead National Recreation Area. This lake was established in 1936, and Congress designated it as the first national recreation area in 1964. The lake was named after Elwood Mead because he served as the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation's commissioner from 1924 to 1936, when the Boulder Canyon project, which resulted in the dam and lake, was being planned and built. A Bureau of Reclamation engineer named Lloyd Joseph Hudlow visited Boulder City in March 1933 to help with the survey, but ended up serving as the project manager. Boulder Dam Recreation Area, which is now known as Lake Mead, was first created in 1936 and is run by the National Park Service. In 1947, the area's name was changed to the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. The Lake Mohave and Shivwitz Plateau were subsequently included in its boundaries. Year-round recreational opportunities are provided by the waterways and the neighborhood. Parts of Hualapai Indian Reservation and Lake Mohave are included in the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. Fishing, water sports, swimming, and other activities are available at Lake Mead. Lake Mead attracts over 8 million tourists and other visitors each year. The animals that live in and around Lake Mead are diverse and distinctive to the area. The razorback sucker is endemic to the Colorado River Basin. Regrettably, the razorback sucker is an endangered species with a declining population. Anyone fishing in Lake Mead and the Colorado River should take care to release any razorback suckers they may catch by accident. The desert tortoise, desert iguana, and even the Gila monster can be found around Lake Mead. Because the Gila monster is an extremely venomous creature, visitors should exercise extreme caution if they come across one. The mountain lion is another fascinating animal near the lake. Mountain lions are magnificent, huge animals, but they should never be approached. The bald eagle, a favorite of Americans, may be seen flying over Lake Mead. Throughout the winter, bald eagles frequently come to Lake Mead to escape the harsh northern weather. Enough with the details about the history of Lake Mead. So, why exactly is the lake drying up? Since 1999, population growth near Lake Mead has resulted in the massive depletion of its waters. Depletion combined with other contributing factors has resulted in lower lake water levels. In 2020, reservoir management was required to build and activate low-level pumps that harvest water amid extreme drought conditions. According to July 2022 statistics, Lake Mead retains slightly over 1/4 of the water that it was originally filled with. The main drivers to Lake Mead's declining water levels, besides population growth leading to depletion, include drought and climate change. Drought has affected Lake Mead and its neighboring areas in recent years. For example, 83% of Colorado is currently experiencing drought. Climate change happens when anthropogenic emissions and pollution causes changes in climate and ecosystems that are generally detrimental. While many will blame the drought on Lake Mead's low water levels, it's critical to understand why periodic droughts occur. Climate change is responsible for 42% of the dry conditions surrounding Lake Mead, according to scientists. Water evaporates quickly when temperatures rise in dry regions, such as the southwest United States. Because the southwest lacks a moist, warm arm, rainfall is less likely to occur, resulting in drought. As a result, when moisture evaporates more quickly before reaching Lake Mead, the lake is never replenished. Nevertheless, the lake's water continues to evaporate, exacerbating the drought. The water level in Lake Mead has decreased so low that a white ring can be seen on the surrounding mountains. This color is commonly referred to as the bathtub ring. The ring represents Lake Mead's previous water level as a result of the water's erosion of the surrounding mountains. As a result, experts can calculate how much water Lake Mead has lost and whether the lower water levels indicate a water crisis. What will happen after Lake Mead dries up? 1/10 of the water in the lake is derived from underground water and precipitation. The remaining 90% comes from melting snowfall in the Rocky Mountains, which flows into the Colorado River. Water usage in the Colorado River has been lowered to save the remaining water in the Colorado River and Lake Mead due to decreased snowfall in Colorado and long-term drought. Authorities in Arizona and Nevada have encouraged citizens to reduce their water consumption by 18% and 7% respectively. Nevertheless, Lake Mead's water scarcity means not only less water but also less electricity. Because of the water's constraint, the Hoover Dam has already reduced the rate at which it generates electricity. According to estimates, a 100-foot drop in Lake Mead's water level may render the Hoover Dam's turbine inoperable. Many people believe that the Southwest is on the verge of irreversible aridification as a result of protracted drought. Most scientists anticipate that the drought will not ease very soon. As a result, states have mandated water conservation. Restrictions include a reduction in the quantity of water used to water lawns and golf courses, as well as probable reduction in agricultural water usage. Lake Mead is used for drinking water and irrigation, but recreational activities have been halted due to low water levels. Lake Mead has long been a favorite boating destination, but many boat ramps are closing owing to safety concerns and high costs. Maintaining boat ramps get increasingly expensive as water levels drop and the topography becomes a greater impediment to boat ramp building and use. The Lake Mead water crisis and the negative consequences that have resulted and may result are significant indications that people must preserve water while also limiting their usage of fossil fuels and other polluting factors in the future. Stopping climate change could be critical to relieving drought conditions and restoring the Southwest's climate. The Hoover Dam's accumulated water caused the evacuation of several communities, most notably St. Thomas, Nevada, where the last resident left the town in 1938, but right now, St. Thomas's ruins can be accessed via a dirt road and hiking trail because of the low waters of Lake Mead. Likewise, Corville, Riaville, and Bonelli's Ferry, a river crossing between Arizona and Nevada, all used to be submerged by Lake Mead. Photos of the Lake Mead shoreline taken at lower water levels reveal a high water mark or bathtub ring. The mineral deposition on previously submerged surfaces is what gives the bathtub ring its whitish color. As the water level dropped, a lot of weird things were discovered in Lake Mead. Reduced water levels and their severe consequences were not the only recent discoveries at Lake Mead. As water levels have dropped, bodies and other artifacts have been discovered. For example, the body of Thomas Ernst, who went missing at Lake Mead 20 years ago, was discovered in May 2022. In addition, boats and even coffee machines have been discovered in Lake Mead. The most shocking discovery, however, was the number of bodies and other human remains discovered in the lake. During the summer of 2022, the bones of at least 5 persons were discovered in Lake Mead. One barrel uncovered in the water contained the bones of a person who had been shot. While the other human remains were proven to be the result of drowning, many believe the remains with a gunshot wound are linked to the presence of organized crime in Las Vegas, Nevada. Although the discovery of human remains in Lake Mead is disconcerting, it has offered one family closure. Ernst's family was finally at peace after learning that the remains belonged to a family member. They were relieved that Ernst had died in one of his favorite spots, Lake Mead. As Lake Mead's water levels continue to fall, more finds are expected to be made and more families will find closure.